Hey guys, DB Right here, and once again, thank you guys for joining me again today as we start with part 3 of What if Sakura was the Nine Tails Jinchuriki? Well, instead of Naruto. And when we last left off, we had wrapped things up with the Land of Waves, which means it is time for the Chunin Exams. Now, for the most part, everything that happens leading up to the Chunin Exams pretty much goes down in a similar fashion as the original, except that Sasuke is neither getting along with Sakura or Naruto at this point. Naruto, who was able to outlast him in the battle against Haku, and Sakura for actually destroying Haku. You know, in a way, Sasuke was the useless one this time around. And yes, that is definitely getting to the young Uchiha survivor. And, well, the good thing about Naruto and Sakura being best friends, early on in this timeline, since the Academy days, since Naruto is alone too, thanks to... Yes, Naruto's parents are still dead in this timeline. That hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed is the Jinchuriki being Sakura. Anyway, moving on. So, when it came to Konohamaru being picked on by Kankuro and Tamari as they arrived at the Hidden Leaf to take part of the Chunin Exams, let's just say Naruto's not the only one itching for a fight with these two. Sakura is quite willing to lend a hand. However, Sasuke also gets involved like he does, and eventually, just like in the original, Gaara scares Kankuro off and keeps him in order. And so pretty much with that, everything from handing in their applications to Sasuke getting his butt kicked by Rock Lee, and Sakura rejecting Rock Lee's affections towards her, all that is the same. Same with everything that happens in the first exam with Ibiki Morino. However, now that we come to the Forest of Death, this is where things get a little bit different and tricky. As the second exam begins, Sakura and her teammates are in the Forest of Death, and pretty much not long after they entered, they are immediately facing danger, fighting off the Rain Ninja, and of course, the Grass Ninja, who turns out to be Orochimaru in disguise. And, well, this is where things begin to sort of differ. Now, as we know, Orochimaru has quite the nasty set of powers, including use of genjutsu and all sorts of advanced jutsu. I mean, being able to paralyze Sasuke and Sakura in fear like he does in the original, he does use that in this timeline as well. The difference is, Sakura isn't as affected by it like she is in the original. She's a tougher and stronger person with a stronger mind in this timeline. And that's thanks to her going through what she went through growing up. Yeah, she's not the type to shy away from a fight, and she's actually able to get Sasuke away from the kunai throws and basically prevents Sasuke from stabbing himself in the leg. And well, after Naruto's eventual escape from the snake, but DB right, Naruto doesn't have the nine-tailed fox. He shouldn't be able to make that many shadow clones. Well, I happen to disagree. Remember, Naruto has a tremendous amount of chakra, and That's been made clear. Even if he hadn't had the Nine Tails, he'd still have a tremendous amount of chakra. So yes, he could create enough shadow clones to blow up the snake like he does. And of course, he's rejoining the battle. Now, at this point, Sasuke is cowering while Sakura is actually doing all the fighting here. Can't believe you're such a coward, Sasuke. I know, right? Sakura's words, but remember, this is a different timeline. Different things have happened. And rather than waste time on the giant snake, she's pretty much going right for the source and attacking the disguised Orochimaru. And Naruto also gets involved, coming in, shadow clones are blazing, and it is making Orochimaru have to rethink his approach a little bit. But, of course, we gotta realize this is Orochimaru. He's more than a match for these three. He's just playing and having a bit of a good time. And, naturally, Naruto gets in Sasuke's face like he does in the original. And, yeah, he ends up being laid out by the snake. And, well, Sakura did not like seeing that too greatly, as her rage once again gets the best of her, and she goes into Nine Tails state, unleashing the Nine Tails chakra. Her eyes going red, the fangs are appearing, and I suppose she'd have the whiskers instead of Naruto. I should have drew that in the thumbnail. I'll do that next time. Anyways, so, yes, Sakura, in Ninetails state, is going full blast at Orochimaru, and, well, Orochimaru wasn't expecting that kind of level of power, and since she wasn't going for the snake, Orochimaru had to, actually fight her off to stop her. And, well, this is where Sasuke finally snaps out of it, remembering a time when Itachi Uchiha murdered his family and how he was so helpless to do anything about it. Oh yes. And this was like he was reliving that. Sasuke will not have it, as he powers up the Sharingan and bravely, angrily, ferociously attacks Orochimaru, and they have their little tango like they do in the original, with Sasuke supposedly getting the better of him. And of course, it is revealed Orochimaru is only holding back. He decides to reveal his true name, and of course, gives Sasuke the curse mark, much like in the original. Now, you're probably wondering, did Sakura cop the 5-pronged seal from Orochimaru? Actually, no. Due to her ferocious attacks and her actually attacking Orochimaru herself, instead of going after the snake like Naruto did, this made it slightly difficult for Orochimaru to just power up a 5-pronged seal, fighting off a feisty 9-tailed Sakura. However, just like that, Sasuke has the curse mark, and Naruto is still knocked out from when he was laid out by the snake. And Sakura is alone to watch over her teammates like she does in the original. And, well, to put it lightly, the whole thing with Orochimaru's three Genin lackeys, Dozu, Zaku, and I forget the girl's name, when they show up later to attack him with a mission to apparently assassinate Sasuke, well, Sakura is definitely a bit more ready to try and fight off these guys. However, it goes a lot like it does in the original anime, with Rock Lee stepping in and ultimately Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji butting in, Tenten and Neji showing up, and ultimately Sasuke regaining consciousness and under the curse mark, who breaks Zaku's arms and forces Dozu to surrender and retreat. But Sakura's the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, right? And you said she's a better fighter this time around. So how come it didn't go differently? It did go slightly different, just not by much. Especially since she's still tired and tuckered out from fighting with Orochimaru and using the Nine Tails chakra. So she definitely wasn't at her best. She definitely needed the help. And pretty much the rest of the second exam goes pretty much exactly like it does in the original anime, as we get to the preliminary matches to see who would go on for the third and final exam. And I think this is a good spot to actually leave things for right now. So what did you guys think? Did you like this part of the story? Will Sakura actually win her preliminary match this time? And what of her teammates Naruto and Sasuke? Are there any more changes on the horizon? All this and more next time. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. And don't forget to leave a comment.